but she don't work for them. Yeah, she used to. Not Rosa. It was Sarah. Yeah, it's 54. I just want to quickly look up here today. Right there. Mhm. Anyways, so we're live from Port Huron, Michigan.
Ed was first. He beat me. I couldn't even type in the.
Yeah, I see that. Good morning, Edward. Good morning. Okay. Well, I got first coat of mud on everything now, folks. So,
Well, good. So now you just got to go out and do the little touch up, do you?
oh no, that's just first coat. I have to do a second coat.
Okay.
First coat, just mud and tape. Well, it'll be maybe a third coat on some of it, but we'll see. We'll see. But next day or two, I may not get a chance to play with it too much. But I got that big sign to put up tomorrow morning. And I got to go get the wood for another one today, get it cut so I can get that sign up. Hey, Corey, good morning.
Corey Mano, how you doing? I'm just still over here kind of organizing my morning.
Did you get any freezing rain up there? They had warnings up there for Ottawa area for freezing rain. So
no, I did not.
Yeah. No, up Ottawa. Eh?
Oh, Ottawa. Yeah, Ottawa. Okay.
Yeah, up where Corey is. What the hell are you guys doing? Oh, you're smelling the heat register. I seen a mouse down under in the basement in that area. So, yeah, you got no fog there at all now. We're still foggy here, Paul.
No, it was foggy when I went out, and when I came back, it was still a little bit foggy, but it was starting to dissipate a little bit.
Oh no, Corey! If you got a link to it, I'd like to see that. Was it CTV or CBC or what? Corey said you see a video of Toronto. Cop snatches a drone and flight at the scene of an accident.
Oh. Wagenberg, good morning.
Hey, Wagenbig or something.
Wagenbig, yep.
Okay, there's a link. Let's go take a look at that.
It's good, Paul. Put it up.
Yeah, just give me a second here. I'm just going to kill the sound on it. Okay, so we go to share screen, optimize for video. Cool, and let's make it a little bit bigger. So anyways, so this guy's kind of flying a little on the low side. Oh.
Well, they must have snatched it right out of the air, huh?
Yeah. Well, let's go back to the beginning of that again, because he was here.
Turn the sound on.
Oh, it's just noise.
There isn't any voice?
I don't think so. You know, see what happens.
Move it ahead a little bit and see what happens. Put it in the police car.
2 minutes.
2 minutes earlier, okay.
We go down that low on a scene of an accident. The cops around. Isn't that stupid, right?
Yeah. Oh, take one. And there's handcuffed.
Unless he got hurt, but he's under arrest. Good.
Look at he goes even closer. What an idiot!
Huh? I hope he never gets his drone back.
Well, he's flying something that probably doesn't have a zoom on it. You know, so
Well, I don't know. It shows the 4K guy, but let's have to check this out in a minute. It looks like the cops had to block this guy in. Looks like he was driving across through here, Paul. See the tar drive?
yeah.
Yeah, see, the users had to block him in. Huh? But they're right up against him. Huh? Right. Yeah.
But that's what gives us a bad name.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like that's just bullshit. Okay.
He could have stood off a little ways and everything would have been fine. But oh no, he wanted to get up nice and close.
Oh, the 4K guy also had video. The flying at Parliament building. Yeah, and that kind of makes us look bad, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have any respect, you know.
Somebody says, I hope TransCanada gets a hold of this, but he's flying a drone that close to that kind of police activity. You deserve a hefty fine.
Yeah.
Good thing.
Throw the book at him.
Yeah, well, they said it was a good catch by the officer, but he should have just used a baton and fucking smashed it down is what he should.
Hey, TJ.
I did read some of the comments.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Yeah, whatever that. But the thing is, it's not like he was zoomed in because the cop reached up and grabbed it. So he had to be like
Yep,
6
exactly.
around, like, you know. Somebody said they should put it in a wood chipper. Yeah. And one guy goes there, did you tell the cop it's a criminal offense to interfere with the operation of an aircraft? That's bullshit, though. He's being dangerous.
That's right.
What right does that pig have to touch your pride? File a complaint against him. That'd be interesting. When did this happen? Oh, March the 15th. Yeah. I just kind of, you know. Yeah, I see they were chasing that guy through the neighborhood. stolen vehicle too, right? Yeah. Well, here's one. He did 4 days ago, Paul. Multi-car accident. Highway 401 and 410. That's real close to the airport, Toronto Airport. Wow. The crap. This guy, all the stuff over fires and everything else, accident scenes. Even got night ones in here, man, awfully hurt when hit by a car. Live at the scene of a new crash, snowfall. Holy crap, man. This guy's get him and throw the book at him. Oh.
Yeah, that's what I think they ought to do.
Maybe that's what his whole intention is, sell this stuff to the news media, make money. I don't know. But anyways, curious to see this one, if this is an actual drone video. No, he was just, wow, just checking this guy out. He's got website, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Oh, that Biden guy or something that was coming.
What?
Oh, Biden showing up to Ottawa today. They
Oh.
got to note him though.
The pinhead is on the roll.
Oh, I think I heard a dog. Bark,
Bark, bark, bark.
Yeah, she wants those.
Get my other computer here tuned up so I can see the chat.
Oh, I think I heard a dog.
Okay.
Keep pouring rain here, Paul. Huh? He just pissing down rain right here right now. Dogs won't stay long. Hey, Captain Joe.
Oh. I got my new chair, Paul.
Oh, you got a new chair?
Yep. It's
Oh.
not tilting one way. Remember the other one, I broke it and
Yeah.
I had it welded and
Yeah.
it was at about a 15-degree list all the time. And so I got this from Walmart online, 2-day delivery.
Cool. Well, it looks like it's gonna rain for a little bit, Paul. Eh?
Yeah, it's supposed to rain off on and off all day. I was
Oh.
lucky I got those flights in.
It's just, right now, it's just starting to pour. I'm looking at it. It's just right here, right?
Yep.
So it's gonna be raining quite heavy for a little bit. So, quarter after 10, maybe 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock, they got some more coming in, but just light rain. Yeah. 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 Listing lazily to the left. Yeah. That was just an individual there, Captain Joe. Well, he does a lot of accidents and, you know, stuff like that. But there's a couple there he's flying by the airport. I don't know how he doesn't get away with it. But guys like that make us look bad,
Yeah.
especially when a cop can snatch it out of the air. Like, holy crap, man. That's bullshit being that low.
Well, he has no right being that low, that's for sure. I would think that who is it that's over there? Somebody Canada, Transport Canada, would just hang him out to dry. Wouldn't you think, Paul?
Hey, Mr. Ron,
Ron Lockwood.
what do you want? You want that? Did you want the treat? Oh, you do? Okay. Watch this, Paul. Gone. Gone. He just grabs and runs with a.
He doesn't let the grass grow below his paws.
Guys, would you believe I slept 13 hours last night?
I believe it.
Wow.
Wow.
I slept on and off myself, but you looked like you could use 13 or 14 hours of sleep.
I never sleep like that. Holy cow.
Well, your body tells you when you need it.
Yeah, it does.
How you feel? Is the herd been around this morning yet?
Not this morning yet, but I should go check. I put food out.
Did you?
Yeah, it was kind of funny last night. I kept going out every 20 minutes, half hour, and they just get across the street a couple of times. When I opened up the door, I think I had the TV a little loud, and they heard the TV and they turn around like doors open, and they turn around and race right back.
Yeah.
I don't know where the rest of I'm only getting like, I don't know, 5, 6 of the normals. I don't know where the whole rest of the gang is. I think part of it, Paul, was just the stress over the last 6 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It caught up with you.
It did.
And did that release, right? You're just, okay. You know.
And, I told my boss the other day, I said, there's only one thing I'm looking for, a little bit of normalcy back in my life. That's all I want. I'm not asking for much, but
So are you pretty much straightened around good terms with the boss?
yeah. I think they realized there was some communication issues. like, if I want to do a ventilator change or give a medication, my way of, anything I want to do to a patient, unless I'm the sole paramedic and the only, highest level provider there, I always say, hey, I'd like to do this. What do you think? And I've been accused of, from him, like, he don't know what he's doing. He's so unsure of himself. No, I'm doing that to confirm that with you, that you want to do that as well.
That's a consultation. I mean, doctors do it all the time.
Exactly.
I mean, that's part of the professionalism, because, your mind is one mind, his mind, two of you together. And then if you agree, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
He sounds like a real schmuck to me.
Excuse me, throw me that red card, Paul, but he's a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
And, I sat back and thought, the 3 jobs that he's left in the past 5 years that he's told me about, every single one of those jobs, there's always been a person that he just can't stand, who's an idiot, who don't know what they're doing, who's wrong, and I'm like, and I told my supervisor, I said, look at the pattern,
Yeah.
The last several jobs that I've left, I didn't leave because I was mad at someone or didn't like it or got in trouble. I left because maybe I left California because I wanted to move to South Dakota.
Right.
I left South Dakota to go back to Nevada because I wanted to be with Michelle.
Yeah.
I left Nevada to come back to South Dakota because I wanted to be back in South Dakota. I left all my jobs with 2, 3, 4 weeks notice, but now the next hurdle that I've got to achieve is getting all the confidence back in all the other nurse partners that I've worked with, because he's trashed my reputation.
Well, what you do is you individually, when you see him, sit him down and tell him what happened.
Yeah,
Just say,
because
I'm not here to damn him, but here's the situation.
And I've heard another YouTuber on here talk about narcissism, and I thought it was a bunch of crap, and honestly, I honestly felt I met one.
Yeah.
And you look at their traits of always being better. Someone else is always to blame.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
Not my fault. It's your fault. And we were out on a simple case the last shift I worked with him. Simple case. A lady had what they call a GI bleed. In other words, her intestinal tract had a bleed in it. And there was 2 things that she was on. They were giving her blood, and they were given a drug called Protonix. Very simple. Went into this hospital in the emergency room and spoke to the nurse that was sending the patient away. Very nice lady. She said, hey, this is what's been going on. This is what we've done. I'll stand back and let you guys do your things, get ready to go. I guess, okay. And on the way out the door, her name was Sherry, if I remember right. I said, Sherry, thanks a lot. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for calling us. You take care. And, about halfway through the call, we're on our way to, I forget where we were going. We took the patient to Bismarck or Fargo. But right away, well, that nurse didn't impress me. I'm sitting there thinking, was she there to impress us? Were we there to impress her? No. But it's just, and I told
he definitely is not. He's not a team player.
No. And I told my boss this the other day, and I said, Dustin, I said, this is not the first time. I said, every 2-3 calls I hear this about he's not impressed. I said, I am so sick of hearing that phrase. We're not out there to impress someone. We're out there to take care of people and make them better, But And I said, guys, I'm not going to go on and talk about it, but my apologies to you. My whole thing, when things like this, stressful things happen, I shut down. But I just want to make sure nobody.
Well, that's your personal way of coping with stress, and that's fine, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody's had stress in their life, and how they deal with it is different than somebody else, and there's no right way, wrong way, whatever. But it's good that you have dealt with it, and hopefully it's going to be removed from your life, because you know what I found as being quite a bit older than everybody else, stress shortens your life.
It does.
And besides, it robs you of your quality of life at the time.
It does. You know, and small little things have been happening where just over the past 2-3 days where I feel things are better. The sheer fact that I'm on a complete opposite weekend now. And those 2 vacations that I had coming up in May and June,
yeah,
I didn't have to hardly use any vacation time at all, because that's just how the dates laid out. Now I've got to use a ton of vacation time. My supervisor said, Ron, don't worry about it. He said, we'll make it happen. Go ahead and finalize your plans. The same supervisor yesterday morning, and he and I, we do this from time to time. He brought me in 4 or 5 steaks, couple roasts, and a whole bunch of bacon. He works on a farm. And he and I exchange stuff all the time. So next week, I'm going to bring him in some buffalo, some antelope, some elk, you know, so little things like that tell me that maybe things are okay and getting better, you know, if
back
they
and
weren't.
forth. Yep.
Right.
Well, that shows the positive side of your relationship.
Yeah. And he even told me, he said, you know, and I told him, I said, these last 6 weeks have just torn me apart. I said, I can't think, I can't function. And honestly, Paul, you have no idea how much research I have looked in this area for employment. It's tough here. It's really tough. It's not like being in a metropolitan area where, you know, back in Philadelphia, my God, I could have a new job in half a day. I could have lots of jobs here, but they're not paying anything. They're paying half of what I'm making. And even though I'm in, you know, good health and fairly good shape, but I don't want to work 2 and 3 jobs anymore. I just can't do that, you know? So.
You still doing some stuff at the grocery store? Or?
No, they've got a lot of Terry has me on backup. She said, Ron, if I need it, she goes, I know. I only
is she still struggling with the teenagers?
She's got a couple good ones up there recently, though.
Oh, good.
But she knew that it really wasn't up there for the money, because it was only $10 an hour.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I went up to help. Like the one week, her and her husband hardly ever get to go on vacation together. So the one week I was off from work, and I went up there and worked every day for like 5 days, just so, you know, and she wanted some adult supervision, someone she could trust up there. But,
morning.
Good morning.
hey, Justin.
Hey.
Nunya's here, but I don't know if it's working or not.
Hey, sorry, their headphones were off. Ron, don't you think for a second your friends here don't have your back? They always will, brother. They will.
Appreciate it. I just don't, you know.
It is what it is, and to let it out here with us is the way to do it. It's the way to do it. It's a fact.
You know, in a joking way, but not in a joking way, you know, what Sarah said last couple of days, I'll tell you, it wasn't far from my mind. When she said, she goes, I'm going to cut someone. I'm like, I tell you what, that's run across my mind. I was that mad.
Hey, just remember what the guys at the lodge told you when they kept you from doing that stupid shit like that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, remember that story you told us?
Yeah. You got a good memory, Justin.
Justin doesn't
do.
forget anything. That's a fact.
I'll bring shit up that Matt said like 6 months ago. He'll be like,
He
"I
don't forget
remember
nothing. I just had to pop in for a minute, brother. I know you need it. We got your back. We got your back. You got good friends here. It's a good place to let it go. No one needs to know but us. Okay. Don't let them hurt you. Okay. We got
It's
you. Got you.
I said, I don't want to, you know,
Hey, Russell.
I just
Yeah,
don't want.
I understand what you're trying to say, Ryan. You don't want to unload everything,
Right.
but it's good for you to release it as you want to, and let your people that care about you, Ron. We understand. We've all been in those places.
That's a fact, sir.
funny-
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Couldn't have said it
The
better
funny thing
myself.
around here is that, you know, people like Ron are in high demand here.
Yeah.
Yeah, here too. Yeah. Me and Paul. Yeah. High demand.
Ron, you've got kind of a job that is very stressful, but yet it is greatly appreciated, more than you know. I'll bet you every day you touch the lives of some people and make a difference. And because of the turmoil that's going on, they may not express it at the time, but they always remember.
Sure
One thing, I'm going to wait today or tomorrow. I think I have till tomorrow to make a decision. I told you I applied for that other job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got an offer letter back. The money is actually the same.
Okay.
There's one scare, and just based on my experience of how do I explain this where you guys understand? When there's too many grocery stores in one town,
Right.
each grocery store will suffer. If there's only ever been one there, everybody comes to that grocery
Yeah.
store.
Exactly.
Right. That's
But
in
if you-
my town. That's my
Now-
town.
But if you've got three now, things are spread out, and
Right.
everybody's business now kind of
Yeah.
suffers.
Yeah.
Well, what has happened with this other company? They were the only game in town, and there has been another one, and this is down in southern South Dakota. If we were in your area, Paul Murray, you know, where you're busy metropolitan area, it wouldn't bother me as much, but it's not heavily populated in southern South Dakota.
So how much business is there, right?
Right. So now a third company's coming in. So, yeah, and I've lost 2 jobs in the past for this exact reason.
Right.
My job in Pennsylvania, it got too overpopulated with helicopter flight programs, and we work for it was a nonprofit or for-profit hospital. But anyhow, we weren't making the money that we used to, and they shut us down.
Ron, a man's livelihood is nothing to be taken lightly.
No,
Hey, Ron,
Fact. Fact.
just to let you know, Sarah's got your back. She says, who do I need to fight, Ron?
correct.
But she lightened it up a little bit, because the other day she says, who do I need to cut? You know?
Yeah. And then she said, "We ride at dawn."
Yeah, you're right.
But
We got your back, brother. If you need to unload, we're here for you. Believe it.
the nice thing is now with being on the opposite rotation, I should not run into this guy because he works, like he actually, what's today, Thursday? See, tomorrow actually should be my day to go to work. Tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, but I'm off till next Friday. And
if it's this bad, I can almost guarantee you're not the only one that feels like this.
Yeah, he's probably going to be gone soon.
Yeah, so I would, just stress to the higher ups that, you guys have probably had problems with this guy, and I'm having problems. Don't get me near this guy, please don't, if you can help it, right?
I actually did one smart thing throughout this whole process is I kept my cool in front of the boss. At home here, dude, I was going freaking nuts. But he made the mistake the other day, and I found out when I called my supervisor in to find out what's the schedule, because as of about 3 or 4 days ago, I was scheduled to go back to work tomorrow with him, and I just wasn't sure I could do that.
Right.
And Dustin, the supervisor, seems like he's been more on the other guy's side for quite some time.
They might be friends.
And him more until the other day, and this guy mouthed off to him and said, and exact words were, "Well, if it's an effing personality problem, then I'm effing out of here." And Dustin said, "You know what? That kind of pissed me off the way he presented that to me."
Right.
So I'm gonna try and maybe let him dig his own hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's gonna. Over time, he's gonna. I promise you that. He's gonna.
Did you see what Sarah wrote in the chat?
Yeah.
There are plenty of jobs in Florida. Come to Florida. But the problem is I don't see Ron as the big time gator hunter.
No.
Make a shout out to you, chat, AZ, Russell, all of you, Sarah, all of you, all those I forgot as well.
Because the area you're in, and especially you got the other job, it works out well for you, Ron.
And I keep saying it. We have a good family here. You guys have a good family. You let me in. I'm appreciative. When I need to unload, I can. Yes. Okay. Let's have this. Right?
Yep.
Let's have this. Yes.
Yep, exactly.
We've all done it.
I don't know.
The Birdman's losing his house still, right?
No, that's why, like I made that comment to David the other day, him and Laura are going through some heavy shit,
Yeah,
but at least they don't. And again, I guess everybody handles things their way, but I shut down. And
I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. I do too.
But that's my way of, and on the other thing is I was so irritable.
You're visibly shaken. We can tell. Okay?
I was a couple of days. I was, and
it's okay. I got a new job for Ron right here.
There we go. Those guys are nuts. Those guys are nuts, dude. You know anything about it? Those guys are crazy, man. They're out there when it's covered with ice. Like ice, like the whole thing is ice, dude.
Yeah.
Crazy. No.
Boys.
No. But yeah.
Even the Shareback guys that just over the last, what's today? I've lost track. Tuesday day, I finally felt comfortable finalizing my plans for my trip and finalizing, that whole thing with my friend Don. It's when I go to Canada, Hodges, I want to get a bear, but what's more important to me is that I stick with him to make sure he's okay. If I don't get to hunt, for myself, that's okay.
Yeah. Well, what's the rules and regulations on if you do get a bear coming back? You have to leave the hide in Canada?
No, I don't think so. No, my only concern is, from what I understand, the rules are you come into the lodge. Now, granted, my boss here says, don't worry, Jason's going to take care of you. Jason is the outfitter in Canada. He and my boss are very, very good friends.
Oh, okay.
When I was at the Sportsman Show last month in February back in Pennsylvania, Jason's his booth was right across from ours. So I went over and talked to him every day. But here's my concern is I don't think he realizes the physical abilities of Don, my friend Don.
Oh, okay.
He just said, well, we'll put him in a blind and he'll be fine. I don't know, when you come into the lodge, from what I understand, day one of everybody arriving, they pull out a hat and you reach in the hat and pull out a name. And that's the name of a location where you will go. There's apparently 15, 20 locations that you possibly could go to. Some of them could be by float plane. Some of them could
Hike
be
through the woods.
hike through the woods. But they say they're going to put him in what they call a ground blind.
Yeah.
I want to know, how far is that from the main lodge? Do we have radio contact and or phone contact with someone in the event something goes wrong? You know what I mean?
You
Right.
might have a little bit of Fred Bear in you, Ron. Maybe a
Pardon
little.
me?
You might have a little bit of Fred Bear in you, a little bit.
Like a Papa Bear.
Yeah.
Fred,
Well,
if you don't know who Fred Bear is, you should. Okay.
yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with my buddy. We met 10 years ago when I was working on an Army base as a civilian contractor out in California. And I had to go into, he was in the military for 35, 40 years. I had to go to his office one day for some reason. Never knew the guy, walked in the door, knocked on the door, introduced myself, and then looked at his walls in his office. And the wildlife photography was phenomenal. He's pretty damn good with a camera. Then I find out the man likes to hunt. I'm like, oh. So conversations continued. I went back to continue to visit him for no reason at all. Anyway, long story short, we became really good friends. I got him to come to Wyoming to hunt once I moved out here. And he, and it is kind of my fault in a funny way. He never would probably want to come out here if I wouldn't have told him, you got to come to Wyoming and hunt. And then I showed him my buddy's house that he was selling the one time he was out here. He ended up buying the house. Had no intentions on coming out that week to look at a house to buy, but he bought it. Now he moved out here, but a month after he moved here, he had pretty bad COPD because he was a heavy smoker, and he got COVID, and it completely destroyed his lungs. He is on permanent oxygen now the rest of his life.
God. Oh my God.
On high flow oxygen. Some days are good, some days are bad, but I mean,
When I got COVID, I felt like the same. I felt very lucky that I didn't get that bad because I thought I was gonna too. I really did.
A lot about COVID, it depends on your previous history too and how you're going to survive from it. But anyhow, he's on oxygen permanently. He's not 100% disabled. He is technically, but he can't go anywhere without oxygen. He has to have that. Some days, depending on how he's feeling, he needs it high flow.
I'd consider that handicapped, right?
Yeah, but he refuses. His brother's the same exact way, but his brother runs around in a scooter chair all the time and refuses to help himself. Where Don refuses to. I've got to yell at him like, Don, sit down.
It's because that's not you. That's not you. That's why, Ron. That's not you.
But I want to make sure he's okay. But the man loves to hunt, and the whole thing, that kind of even tied in with this problem with me at work was I originally was going to take him to Alaska in June, but we found out all the requirements, the regulations of transporting the oxygen bottles
Right.
on the bush plane and everything. There is just too much that could go wrong.
I mean, how do you drag a bear out of the woods like this? Like how? I mean,
We'll have vehicles,
okay.
but anyhow, he was crushed when he realized I can't go to Alaska with you. But then my boss here, the outfitter I work for, said, why don't you take him to Canada on the bear hunt? See, I'm doing 2 trips done yet, where I'm doing a Canadian bear hunt. 2 weeks later, I'm going to Alaska for a photography trip only.
Okay.
So it's 2 separate trips, but I'm taking him on the bear hunt in Canada, and that's all he talks about now. He just called me yesterday. I was on my way home. He's like, yeah, I went to Cabela's and I bought this and I bought you that. He does that all the time. He buys me things, wants to give me things all the time. Yeah, he's
are you just gonna drive up there?
Yeah, we're gonna, I think the way the schedule works out, he's gonna drive up to Dickinson on the 25th or something like that, 24th, I forget what day it is. And then we'll stay overnight in Dickinson. The next morning, it's about a 4.5 hour drive over to Fargo. I'm picking up my buddy at the airport in Fargo. And then the 3 of us will continue. It's about 6 hours from Fargo up to, it's called Fisher Branch, Manitoba.
Oh, yeah.
Does that sound right? Fisher Branch. But that is our destination.
That sounds about right, doesn't it, Paul? Fisher Branch?
I just pulled it up.
886 miles away from us, Paul, says Google.
Oh, that's quite a ways up north of Winnipeg. Holy shit, yeah.
She's not always right, so we can't trust her. She's wrong a lot of times. You still with us, Justin?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
This Justin is still with us.
Oh, that's a barge ship in the background.
Yeah, there's Fisher Branch right here in Manitoba, but if
How
you,
far
here-
away are you from that? Paul?
but see, there's Winnipeg.
Okay.
So for me to drive to Winnipeg, you're probably looking at least 30 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So he's up here, Fisher River, Cree Nation. Huh. And
So you're like halfway.
Yeah, there's Fargo.
Yeah,
But
directly north of Fargo.
Yeah, go straight up right into Emerson. Yep, the border crossing at Emerson. Yeah. And there's a ring road around Winnipeg. You don't have to go right through Winnipeg.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Yeah, you see there's a ring road that goes around it.
Yeah, I see it.
So, yeah, and yeah, there's Fisher Branch right there. Okay, yeah.
I got to give it up to Canada. It's some of the most beautiful land there ever was. And you guys keep it clean, unlike some of us Americans who just throw crap everywhere. You guys keep it clean. I went through Canada, went to Toronto, went through Toronto to New York, and it was some of the most amazing land I've ever seen. It was mostly soybean and corn on the way, and then it was, here's the city, like right here's the city.
Yep.
It was so cool. I really liked it. Toronto was amazing. The people there treated me so well. It really was a testament to Canada. I was really actually really happy to be neighbors with you when this happened. This was 15 years ago. This was a long time ago, Hodges. A long time ago, but Canada treated me really good.
Matter of fact, Hodges, I'm gonna call the border again today. I think if I have still that same number, but you know what we don't want to run into is any surprises.
Yeah.
Just
I don't know
learned
if
today,
a
he
card.
has to have his prescription from his physician on his person. He has to have that with him.
Yes.
Otherwise, he's not going to be able to allow to cross the border.
Yes.
Well,
You don't want to bring any kind of pepper spray with you,
I
there are
don't,
certain rules that Canada has that you must abide by. No U-turns. I didn't know this. I got a
Really?
ticket for a U-turn. You can't do this. I didn't know.
Really?
I didn't know.
well, I like you're in an area that's got no U-turn, but you can do them here in Ontario.
Well, it's frowned upon if you do it at the border.
Yeah, that's what I did. Got a
Oh.
ticket. Yeah, I got a ticket. Yep.
But I used to drive transport. I used to go out west, but instead of going up through down here, Emerson, I used to go through a place right here called War Road, Minnesota. You used to go up through here. I don't know if I can show you or not, but the border's right here. That's
Yes,
the
it
shack.
shows it. Yeah, it shows
They're
it.
just right here. Yeah, they're right there. That's it. Nothing there.
Hmm.
But the only reason we could go through there with the transports, because normally you have to go through Emerson, but we had what they call an in-transit bond. So when we crossed into the US, they put a seal on the door. Then when we pulled up there, as long as that seal was still intact, we could go through that way. Because they really don't have customs clearance there, right? So
Right.
we used to go through there, just a shack out in the middle of nowhere.
I love the fact Hodges is always wearing safety gear, even in his seat. He's wearing safety gear right now as we speak. What? What?
Yeah.
That's his bus driving uniform.
Yeah.
He's ready for action all the time, man.
I also want to do my signs. I'm standing on the side of the road putting signs up, right? So I want
Yeah.
people.
How'd that go? Did you get those up in the wind?
Well, I got two of the big ones up the other day, but I've got one to put up. I'm going to put up on the side of a building, hopefully tomorrow morning. And I got another one to put up out in Shedden there on the side of the highway. Well, it's on private property, but I got to go get some wood and I got to build a frame for it and put it together. So
I didn't know they made you do this. Okay.
I don't, these four big signs, 4x8s, the only time I do them is in the spring, usually when it's slow and they want to do advertising. That's all the hours advertising signs. There's one guy that I put up some big 4x8 signs that say for sale, like a farm or something like that. I do that the odd time, but actually the one I got to build the frame for and everything else, I never put 4x8 signs up for them before, so.
I wonder how the bridge takedown's going, Paul.
I don't know.
Rain, they wouldn't want
It's
to.
raining. They're not working on it, I'm sure.
You got
Huh?
some good footage on that fire.
Yeah, it'd be a good day to cut fire, go out on its own. See,
Footage was good, man. I watched all of it. It was really good. They set it on fire. What? They totally set it on fire. You got some great footage on that. It was a good thing you went out there. I bet you got more footage than anyone else did on that.
Well, yeah, because they were hassling everybody that was trying to fly.
Really?
Yeah.
So
and
it wasn't just you. There was other people?
there was another guy going to fly just as after I did, and the yacht club was out there telling everybody it was a no-fly zone and you can't fly here. And
Yeah, well, that's not the truth.
I
So.
had to educate him a little bit.
Yes, right. Okay.
you just missed the ship, Paul.
Yeah, I know I did.
It was a tug barge, eh?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll go Canada, then get fuel. He looks like he's getting pretty loaded down there. So
Ron's got that look on his face like, can we just do this? Can we just do this?
that great big tall crane there.
We love you, brother. Know
Not
it.
set up, eh? They got it back down on the ground.
And back down.
It's still down now.
Well, that's probably because of the storms and everything. They're not going to.
Well, certain winds, they can't operate.
Exactly.
No, I said, I did a little research last night, but like I said, I crashed 13 hours. I slept.
Wow.
Stress
But,
will do that to you, brother. It'll do it.
Well, it was that, and I was up yesterday morning. I got up at 2:30, and we went on that transport, and didn't get. I was supposed to leave work at 8. I didn't leave till noon. Yeah, we were late, but and what I've been trying to do is study, get every bit of information I have from the travel from Anchorage, Alaska to Homer. It's about 220 miles drive. But what all sites I can see, or what all I can see in that time period. I think I planned everything out correctly. I get into Anchorage on the 7th. Sometime during the night, I got to be in Homer. So I've got from 12:30 in the afternoon till, I don't know, 7, 8 o'clock at night. But then on the night of the 12th is when we come back from Bear Camp back into Homer. And then the day of the 13th, I actually have the entire day to drive from Homer up to back to Anchorage. My flight leaves at like 2 o'clock in the morning on the 14th. So
it sounds stressful. I've never even seen the ocean or anything like this. I'm kind of envious. Just saying.
Dude. Well, that's like I said, I've been watching YouTube videos, and if you like Google site, travel from Anchorage to Homer, I'm looking for all the places to stop. But maybe there's, like I said, my hours are going to be limited, but where I'm going to do most of my hiking is once I get down to the Bear Camp, I'll be down there for 5 days. So, but I want to see as much of Alaska as I can.
I hear it's wonderful, but the mosquitoes are terrible.
Oh yeah, they'll pick you up and carry away your children.
Yeah, so just watch out for that. Other than that, it's not bad. Not bad. Some of the best fishing you can ever do, I hear. Is
I know. Then have you ever gone to my YouTube channel?
No, but I'm gonna.
If
you post a link, I'll go to it.
Yeah, here, I'll show you my Alaska.
Mr. B, what's going on? Yeah, I'll watch. I'll check it out. I'll subscribe to it.
Share. Copy. Okay. No. Here is the YouTube link to my trip that I did back in.
Yeah, I'm going to it. Going to it, and I'm going to subscribe. I'm going to hit the bell. Okay, got a new fan.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Yeah, it's
God, look at that. Look at that amazing aerial footage.
I was in British Columbia.
So beautiful, dude. Like, what? I don't think people realize it. Alaska's harsh. It is some of the most beautiful place you could ever be. It really is. It's just amazing. It's all wild, and it's everything about it is amazing. It's pretty much untouched for the most part.
Yeah, I learned something this morning. There's a young couple that I'm jealous as hell of them, but I think they're done, but they traveled around Alaska for like 6 weeks. They have a travel YouTube channel, but they're up there. And when you go to a glacier, you've seen videos like at glaciers when the big chunks of ice break off
Yeah,
know,
fall in the lake
yeah, it's
or
called.
the ocean.
I didn't know it was called that word. It's called calving.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, but that happens in the spring and summer.
Yeah, you got to be careful when you're near that because it'll turn your boat over, like over.
Oh, yeah, some of those chunks of ice are pretty big, but
Yeah, that's pretty good footage, man. Is this all your flight? This footage?
Yeah.
Wow,
drone,
dude.
camera.
Man, you did really good. The whale and the whale's awesome. Whale tail coming up.
Yeah, he was only about, gosh, not even 50 yards in front of us.
Wow.
Hodges, what the hell was that lady thinking? Going up to that line.
Oh, that's something of that cougar. I kind of wondered if it got hit by a vehicle. That's why it was laying there. But
Yeah.
There's you right there driving the boat. Man, you boys had a good fishing trip that time.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, she was nuts. She's
Did
like
you guys eat some of it?
It would have just sprung up and grabbed her.
Yeah. No, none. I've been so not eating fish for.
You guys let them go?
That was our third trip, so we do it every other year.
You let most of them go or all of them?
No, we take all that home.
Okay, I was gonna say there's got to be some good eating there.
This past year we didn't do as well, but the year before we brought back 840 pounds of fish.
Wow. Halibut?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
This is amazing footage.
Line, is it? A broom? A woman?
Yeah.
I almost think you got hit by a car, but I don't see any blood on him or just laying.
Eagles? Yeah. This is awesome.
Look at this. Got a broom.
So beautiful.
That cat had jumped up. He just sprinkled within a second. He could have had her.
This was Anchorage you were in?
No, we went into Petersburg.
Okay.
We flew into Petersburg, and then from there, it's a 2-hour boat ride down to the lodge. It's in inhabited area. I don't know if you've ever seen that show, Port Protection: Life Below Zero. It's on National Geographic. We're right there. It's in the cove right beside us.
Man, this is like a lifelong thing I've always wanted to do. You're so lucky, brother. So lucky. And to take such good footage, amazing.
I never went anywhere there.
Window in it and everything.
Or as Matt would say, Shutterstock.
So good, dude. So good. What drone did you? What drone were you flying?
I had the Mavic 2 Pro. I had the Insta360 X2, Justin. I had my Sony RX10 Mark IV, and I had the Sony.
Quite a few then.
I had 6 cameras.
Man, so you're saying I can do this with my Mavic 3 Pro? I can do this?
Oh God, yeah.
What? That's amazing. I would love to do that. It's only going to be over Michigan, but okay. Didn't someone say they're doing like drones with like heat vision in them or something like that now?
Pardon me?
Didn't somebody say they're doing like drones that have heat vision on them or FLIR or something like that?
Oh yeah, they're all out there. Yeah, those. Like Hodges has that, don't you, Paul?
What's that?
Yeah. Don't you have the infrared on your one drone?
Not me. Paul used to, but
it do be expensive. That's all I know. That was an amazing.
The thermal cameras have come a long way.
That was awesome.
And I just got done editing my fog video. You guys want to see it?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah.
Okay. Screen share. There we go. There we go. Can you guys see it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow, that is really cool looking
Oh,
already.
you were breaking the fog that much, Paul?
I haven't even played it
Yeah.
yet. Yeah, we really foggy today. In the morning it was.
Well, he lost it going in the fog last time on a freaking.
I was just gonna say, didn't you have like some shakes from the last incident?
Well, and you know what? The one I lost was an Air 2S, and this one is an Air 2S.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
You never did get it back. It's at the bottom of the ocean. I mean, lake.
The lake somewhere or the river.
Yeah. They ain't seen lines.
Let's see if my critters are out there.
I really, Hodges, I really think it's cool that we are neighbors. We love you, Canada, just so you know.
Speak for yourself.
Real Americans do love you. I'll speak for myself. And Justin's like, hey, you know what? You know what? You can see the lifeboat on the side there. That means it's an ocean vessel. You have to have that, or you can't go ocean. The orange thing. I've learned so much from you guys. Stream time, I used to be on like a lot of the time, but they're very cliquish and they're not cool like Paul is. So I got out of there. They were very, I don't know, cliquish, like I said. So I got out of there. Boat Nerd's good. Has anyone been to the Dawson Marina in Museum in Belle Isle?
No.
It's really good. Belle Isle has turned itself around now that it is owned by the state, and they have state cops there now, and it's very good. They're doing their best to revitalize the island. Very good. It's very good, Paul. If you ever want to go, now's the time. It's good. You don't have to worry, and it's everything's been redone. The only thing they're working on now is the disc golf course that is still in disrepair. Everything else, besides the zoo, is new. They have a new canoe rental house. They have everything's being redone. So check it out. I know it's like 50 miles from you, but
Good, Paul.
Yeah.
Pretty buggy.
Yeah, it was a little bit. And I got another one after that. I haven't edited it yet, but
Oh, you got another one after that.
yeah, the bowling.
Oh,
the fire video was epic. I loved it. It was epic, dude. Like, you got there just in time to see the thing burn down. Like, what?
Yeah, Paul, I
love
saw
it.
it was it a building or something or a business that burnt down near you or?
hey,
The train bridge I just did. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, that's
No,
what I
wasn't
was talking about.
Yeah, I
Fire
did. I
of
did
a-
one of the house down the street.
Yeah, house down the street. That's what
No,
he
I
was
thought there
talking
was
about.
something else recently, or maybe Hodges, that was you.
yeah, that was me down in Elmer. What? Two of my customers, their places burned down
Oh,
Maybe
man.
that,
side by side. Coldwell Banker and Gans Tech Real Estate Companies, both of them. They're side
yeah,
by side. But the funny thing is, I got to go to Elmer shortly. I got to put a sign up for them. So,
What are you going to put? We got to put a sign up says going out of business or what?
yeah, really. No, for that company, actually, Anna called me yesterday, so I was surprised that they're going to do anything, but I don't know. They said business as usual. So, hey, Paul, I see the Edward God's going up to Sault Ste. Marie. Huh?
Yeah, where is it at now?
It's in the St. Mary's River there.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not far from Sault Ste. Marie. Oh, look at all the ships going. American Integrity, Whitefish Bay, John Bowen. Well, they all starting to move now, Paul.
Yep.
My favorite,
Parker, the
my favorite
Lorenzen.
ship is
Wow.
the Paul Archer.
K. Barker.
Ask somebody.
James Barker, 5.5.
Paul
Oh.
Archer Gertha is the largest ship on the Great Lakes, and I got to tour it for free, and it was awesome.
Well, the Edward Gott's pretty big boat too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the second biggest one or something.
Yeah.
That Paul R tour that I got for free while they were in dock was awesome. It was awesome.
They got some pretty nice guest cabins, don't they?
Yes, they do. And they even have tours that you can, if you really want to sail with them, you can. In those guest cabins.
Yeah.
So you can actually like sign up
You
for
can book a trip. Yep.
Yep. It's really cool. And it's amazing. It's all real wood and it's just a beautiful ship. It's a beautiful ship. Everything about it. The crew, the food, everything was amazing.
Oh yeah, they have regular chefs on those ships.
Yes, they do.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they do. Those crewmen eat better than most of us. It's a fact. So good. It was awesome, dude. It was awesome. And I forget the lady's name, but there's a lady that does the tours for it. You can look it up on YouTube. Here's a Paul Archer Girth tour video where they show you on YouTube. She was awesome. Like, just awesome. She knew everything about the ship. Everything. We went through Detroit when I did it. It was so cool. How much does it cost? I'm not sure. I got a free ride. I got lucky. They were like, "Yeah, come aboard." Okay.
Cool.
It's like 1,100 and something feet. It's the biggest one on the lake. And then we just had one, right, Paul? We just had one this last year, new ship. I forget the name of it, but we just had one released again. New ship. Forget the name of it.
Well, gang, I know we got
Oh, I gotta go do some work.
13 people watching, but Paul's got to go do some things, and Ron's got to tend to the herd. And Ed, thanks for being here, buddy.
You're welcome.
And Justin, you take care too.
Yeah.
We'll see everybody again later this evening.
Have a good evening. Love you guys.
Bye for now.
In the town, Paul, and fly my drone today.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, good stuff. Wow.